All right, we're recording. Let me share my screen. Okay, so today I want to learn how to do a KUDO release from the release branch. Yeah, Ken, can you walk me through doing this on my machine here?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. The first thing we need to do is make sure that you have credentials or rights to deliver the artifacts. First one, as you see noted there, highlighted as GitHub token. All that means is exporting the GitHub token, which is a personal, what do they call that? A personal token?
Personal access token, I think.
Access token, thank you. And just assigning it, exporting it to that value.
Yeah, we're here in the release file. Okay, cool, under the release process. Yep.
And then once that's in place, we've already pre-done that.
Yep, we set that up as a prerequisite so we don't leak any credentials.
Yeah, and then the second part would be making sure you can push to Docker Hub. That is to push to the KUDO builder. After that, the next thing you need.
That too. So great, cool. Yep.
Perfect. The next thing we need is to make sure that we have Goreleaser installed. And if you're on a Mac, what that means is doing a brew install Goreleaser.
All right, and the install, or that's essentially this one here.
That's the tap. If you go down one more, it's just
this one. All right.
I think that's all you need.
So I'm here in my release 03 branch, which we cut and like cherry picked all of the commits in there already. So the commits that we cherry picked here are those. We get into that later, I guess. But for now, let's make sure that I install here Goreleaser. All right, let's see.
There we go.
Okay, so
now you have to be careful with this command a little bit. You could probably, yeah, there you go. That's perfect. So when you're in this project and this repository, the Goreleaser configuration is here, so it knows what to do. Now, if you were to type Goreleaser, it really wouldn't complete anything at this point.
This one
it's largely because it requires a full release, and what a full release means in the Goreleaser vernacular is that we have a tag, like it's not a snapshot. So we would need to tag it. That's one of our next steps. Before we do that, what we want to do, we're on a release branch, which means we're not on master. We're on releases slant 0.3, which is all the patch releases past our 0.3.0 release would be here. We had a 0.3.1 release already. That was July 9th, it looks like. And what we would want to do is confirm that all the bugs that were reported for the 0.3 releases are fixed. We commonly fix those on master. If we fix them on master, we would need to cherry pick them over to be here. And we've already done that as well. So all of these are issues that we wanted to resolve with our 0.3.1 release.
So that means after we cherry pick those commits here, what we would do is we would actually run a make test within this branch.
Very good, yes.
And so let's just see, git log says the last commit is sane 565. And so if I look here, that's also 565. So that is accurate. So my local one reflects the remote there. And so
that's actually a great point because our releases currently are off of a developer's box. So making sure that you've fetched and merged or you've pulled the latest is super important. We want to make sure that exactly what you're doing needs to be done.
And then we always merge into the release branch. We never rebase in the release branch. Also very important.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would run here make test, and hopefully everyone who wrote a bug also wrote a test for that bug so that we can actually verify in this one that the tests will pass. Exactly. And we don't miss anything. I see a lot of passes. That's good. All right, seems like everything passed. Okay. Gives me a good feeling in this branch right now. So now it's really I guess the next step would be tagging the release.
Yeah, and if you go back to the website, the page with the release docs, it would indicate that the next thing we would do is the tag. It gives you the details of what we would do. So in this case, we would want to tag with a v0.3.2.
Yeah. What happens if I copy paste this and for some reason my terminal just hits enter and I do that with the existing tag?
Yeah. What it would do now is it would fail because that tag already exists. So you're pretty much safe.
All right. Cool. So we set 032 is at this time. All right.
So this is our standard way of tagging where we put the attribute of the tag as well as the commit message of the same tag version. It's pretty standard.
Okay, I hit enter now.
Yep. So what you've done now is you've tagged your local latest version SHA or hash to this tag name, but it doesn't exist at the server. So you actually want to do a git push -- tags, which sends information.
Just to see that I have it locally here, the command is git tags probably. Or what's the command here?
Oh yeah, it's tag.
Tag, yeah. So there we see all the tags, okay. And then, so you said.
Yeah, and you can actually do, what is it, a git log or maybe a git status? Oh, maybe git status. And it would tell you that, there you go. There you go, the git log did it. You can see at the top that this particular SHA is on releases 0.3, and it's also tagged with the tag release.
I see, okay. Good.
It's also at the master. You can actually see all of that right here. So,
all right.
I'm not just master. I meant the GitHub repository. It's on the origin as well as local.
Okay.
But the tag's not up at the server, so we do need to do a git push tags -- tags.
That's this command here. Okay.
Okay, so now the tag exists on the server. That means if you were to go to KUDO, the project, and go to the releases, you would now see an empty.
So that was before we did it. Let me refresh that page and see what that actually did.
Yeah, so now there's an empty thing there. It's not annotated or anything. Now the beauty of our release process is that it will update this information for us. Like we don't have to do anything. So if we go back to the command line.
Toggle here between tags and we see also that the one is here, okay. Command line.
And the last thing you do is just type in Goreleaser.
That's it?
That's it.
Is there a way to try test it? And so we can.
Oh yeah, there is.
Actually writes it to GitHub.
Yeah, go back to the doc again. The release process doc. If you scroll to the bottom of that, you can see that. Yeah, you can skip publish.
Okay. So I could right now go release a skip publish, and it would give me an output of what it would potentially do.
It would, yes.
We don't do that this time, but just in general. Or would that be a safety measure before we actually do the actual thing?
I think it's good to know about. I don't know if I don't know.
I hit the button now. Okay, so Goreleaser. It's always good doing this on Friday at 12:07 p.m. during lunchtime. So and then I go for lunch. Okay, let's hit that button. And so what does it do right now? I saw we have here this Goreleaser YAML file that is explaining essentially probably Goreleaser what it should do.
Yeah, it's a good file to look at to try to understand things.
I see an error message.
What is this? 2 items.
Found 2 items with the ID KUDO. Please fix your config.
Let's see here. It's nice during our release, huh?
Some live troubleshooting. setting the defaults. Am I in the right directory? I guess I am in the root directory. Okay, cool. Yep.
Building binaries. So the build is wrong. Do you have, let me go, I'm on master. Let me go to releases. Huh.
I update the page here. Did it do anything?
No, it's the last thing that's done is updating project file information. So let's see here. Yeah, you may have to specify the remove the space dash dash. Let me try. Skip. Well, I want to say we must have found a bug in Goreleaser. I don't know if that's entirely true, but this worked flawlessly, and there was a Goreleaser release that, let me, Goreleaser version is 1121. Uh, double check something else real quick. Goreleaser. Yeah, there's history. Yeah, this has never changed since we had it working. So
it's in the
let's see if we can.
Oh, so since it's with IDs and here in the builds, we don't have that field here. We have builds, but we don't have that field ID. Is that maybe just missing? And if I just add that field here, like ID, my build or something.
Change my build to manager for that one.
Yeah, exactly. And then so for the other one, KUDO. And so if I run the try run, does git publish. Different error though.
The dirty state means that you've made changes to repository that it doesn't know about. So we'll actually have to make a commit. We'll actually have to reverse the tag.
Interesting. Now we learn also how to reverse the tag.
Yeah. So what you want to do here is arrow up on your command line.
Sorry, say that again.
Yeah, go ahead and hit the arrow up. So your last command you executed.
Oh, yep.
And then space dash snapshot or dash snap. Yeah, snapshot. Hit enter. This will allow it to build without an official release. And that was the solution, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
So we'll need to push that change in the master and into this version. We'll have to reverse the tags. Let me pull that up real quick.
So what we should do is we should add in our Git here, make the last tag not on this one on 565, but actually like fix master and the release branch with that bug fix, and then make the tag on that PR. Is that what we were saying? So we actually add that here.
Yeah. This is an unusual thing, but what we should do is, where are you at now? You're
here I'm on the skip publish one, and it looks like my whole CPU fan fires up that we're building all of those binaries.
Yeah, hit cancel now.
Okay.
It's obviously working.
Yeah.
Do a git status. Let's make sure that we've got one change, and we do. Maybe do a git diff just to confirm.
What was it?
You should just be able to say git diff without anything else.
Okay.
It'll show what's changed. Okay, so that's great. Go ahead and say, git commit. I'm sorry, git add, git commit, and then
git add or git commit.
No, git add and dot.
Everything, hopefully. All right.
Git commit dash m.
How we want to call it?
adding IDs to release builds.
Yep.
Hit enter, and then git push. So we push to without a pull request. It's an unusual thing to do. In this case, it was warranted. It's common for release process anyway to do this until we get it straight. This is unfortunate that we had to do it this time, but
yeah. So now, what I would like now, I have to reverse the tag.
Yeah. So here's what you want to do for that. Let's see here. First of all, let's just simply delete the tag, which is it would be git tag -- delete.
Like this?
Yes.
Or without the V?
No, that's correct. Okay, so we deleted yours locally. Now we need to do a git
push tags.
No. Git push space -- delete space origin space your tag version again, V032. Yeah.
Enter.
Enter. Okay, now we're starting off as if we didn't do a tag.
So if I remember correctly, then let's just go here. We had our git tag one. That is the one here. And then we just did the git push tag. So I start from here again, right?
Perfect.
Okay, so git tag. And then in the release one, we mentioned also after that, we run the git push tags thing here. And so while we did this now, it's just before I did the git push one, we deleted it, so it's deleted. It's no longer there. So if in case someone ever messed something up, that could be also one way of like redoing it.
Yep.
And then now I add git push tags again.
Yep.
Okay. And now all I want to do is the Goreleaser, right?
That's right.
Okay.
See how easy that was?
Yeah, that was so easy. Oh my God. Hit enter and do that on a Friday and have fun. Let's. Good. What's this error message now?
You tried to do a release before. This is fine actually. If you arrow up and say and then space release a space -- rm dist rm dash yep. What happens is that Gorelease creates a distribution folder locally, and you needed to remove it, but since we had some failures after a build occurred, there was a stale state, but that stale state's not checked in state, so it didn't see the repository as dirty.
Because we interrupted it before it actually finished earlier too. Okay. All right. So this is building right now. I see already my CPU fan spiking up here, and this is building right now. How many binaries do we actually build? So we do that for AMD 64, R86, and ARM. Okay.
Yeah, actually, you currently have your Goland editor open to your Goreleaser, and between lines 19 and 26, all combinations of those, right? So
so it's
commutated.
Okay. So this is 9. What? Like no. Arm. Okay. 9 to the what is it?
You know, what's going to be interesting is to see. It's going to be interesting to see if there's any other changes to Goreleaser, because we spent some time tweaking this when we first put it together.
So now it uploads those to, and that should reflect it here.
This is currently populating.
And I also saw it uploaded already on our Docker Hub. So let's just see here real quick. So this is the latest 3 days ago. And there it is.
Yeah, and the tag latest should be updated as well. So, which we may not always want to do actually on a release release branch, but we're not to that point yet. So that's it.
Succeeded 120 seconds. Awesome. Well, Ken, thank you so much of walking me through this awesome release process. That's great. Thank you. Yeah. Now we can have a weekend. So let's do releases more often on Fridays.
That sounds great.
All right, cool. Thank you, Ken.
You're welcome.
Awesome.